Hello guys, Super Anthony Characters here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna be saying about some things that I want for my birthday coming up in 1 month. So here's one thing that I want for my birthday. I want to get either want my phone to get fixed, or I want to get a new phone, because I'm not doing it because I want to upgrade, or maybe because I want to upgrade, but this is why. So you see, look, I gotta deal with this every single day. Sometimes when I turn my phone off, it'll stop doing this, but sometimes it'll continue. And yeah, I gotta deal with this every single day. To be honest, I don't really know what this is. But please comment down below if you guys know what this is, because I gotta go through this every single day. And to be honest, it might be my phone glitching or flickering or something. But if it's not that, can you guys please let me know what this is, because this is getting out of hand, I think. Yeah, I really don't like the fact that my phone does this, and I wish that I could get my phone fixed so it could stop. Yeah, I really wish that my phone could stop doing this, and I really wish that I could either get it fixed or get a new phone, because this is getting out of hand. But I'm actually kind of happy that my phone's not glitching while I'm recording this video. Yeah, and this is what it looks like when I turn my phone off. And sometimes when even though I turn my phone off, it still won't stop glitching. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to show you guys what I go through every single day with my phone. It glitches every single day. Yeah, sometimes when I wake up in the morning, it'll automatically start glitching and doing all this extra stuff. Yeah, that's one thing I want for my birthday. I want my phone to get fixed, or I either want a new phone, because I really don't like the fact that my phone glitches, and I really wish that my phone could get fixed so it could stop glitching forever. Alright, here's something else. Here's something else I want for my birthday. Alright, so I want a Sonic plushie so I can make videos with him. Because I also want to be a plush tuber, I guess. I guess you call it a plush tuber. But yeah, I want plushies for my birthday. This is one plushie I want for my birthday. A Sonic plushie. Now I'm gonna show another one. I also want a golden Sonic plushie for my birthday. Not mental, metal. Alright, I also want a mental Sonic plushie if it exists. Let's see. Yeah, I want a metal Sonic plushie. And here's another Sonic plush I want. Alright, so I also want a Sonic 3.0 plushie if it exists. Yeah, they might not even have one, but if they do, then we might have to get it off eBay. And yeah, I don't think that people like ordering off of eBay, because I remember my parent ordered a Rolls Royce toy car from eBay, and it took a long time for it to get in. Yeah, so in 2020, when I was 7 years old, my mother, I wanted a Rolls Royce toy car, and my mother ordered it off of eBay, and it took a long time for it to come, probably because it came from a different country. Maybe it wasn't in America. Maybe it wasn't in the United States. Maybe it was in a different country, and maybe it didn't come from the United States. Maybe it didn't come from anywhere in the United States, and maybe it came from a different country or something, like China. I think my parent told me that it came from China or something. Yeah, I don't think my parents want to order off of eBay. Yeah, they might not even have any 3.0 Mental Sonics in stock. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't think they have them in stock. Alright, I also want a Shadow Sonic. I also want an Amy plush. Sonic plush. Did I miss anybody? I think I missed one. I also want to have Knuckles from Sonic 2. Alright, and I also want a Mario plush and a Luigi plush. Yeah, I know that Mario and Luigi, they like spaghetti and they dislike mushrooms. Yeah. Yeah, I know they like spaghetti and I think they dislike mushrooms. And if they do, then I agree with them, because I don't like mushrooms either. I used to like mushrooms, but not anymore. Yeah, I now think that mushrooms, I don't really like the taste of them. Yeah, I don't really like mushrooms anymore. Um, yeah, Super Mario, Luigi, Super Mario and Luigi, and all right, now I know I said that I don't really care for SML anymore, But I'm gonna probably do my own one, I guess, with a plushie. So I guess I'll have a Jeffy plushie. Now I don't know if my parents gonna get or anybody else is gonna get me all those plushies, but I could probably ask different families because I don't know if my parents gonna get me all those plushies. All right, now something else I want for my birthday. Let me think. All right, now I want a smartwatch and I want it to be a good smartwatch. So, I don't think that they ban smartwatches in school, but if it's going to be a distraction, yeah, I don't think they ban smartwatches in school, and I don't think that smartwatches are prohibited, but if it's going to be a distraction, then the teacher might ask to take the watch until the end of the day. Yeah, but maybe as long as it's not a distraction, they'll let you have your watch. But if it's going to be a distraction, and if you're using your watch while it's class time too much, then the teacher might ask to take the watch until the end of the day. But yeah, I don't think they prohibit watches in school. I think they only do it with phones and all that other stuff. Yeah, I think they're gonna allow you to have a watch so you can check the time and stuff. But if it's gonna be a distraction, then they might ask to take your watch until the end of the day, until the end of the school day. Yeah, that's what I think. I think that the school doesn't mind students bringing watches to school. But if it's going to be a distraction, if the watch is going to be a distraction, or if you're using your watch to distract others, then the teacher might ask to take the watch until the end of the school day, or until the end of the lesson, or until the end of the class. Yeah, a teacher or the school might not mind kids wearing watches, smart watches. Yeah, the school might not. Yeah, my school might not mind kids wearing smartwatches. But if the smartwatch is going to be a distraction, and if you're using your watch to distract others, yeah, if your smartwatch is going to be a distraction, or if you're using it in class while you're in the middle of a lesson or something, and if the smartwatch is going to be a distraction, then your teacher might ask to take your watch until the end of the lesson or until the end of the school day. But yeah, if I bring a smartwatch to school, I'm gonna try not to allow it to be a distraction. And I'm gonna only use it to check the time. And I'm not gonna and I'm gonna try not to make I'm not gonna make it be a distraction. Because if it does become a distraction, then the teacher might ask to take your watch until the end of the lesson or until the end of the school day. But yeah, if I bring a smartwatch to school, I'm just gonna use it to check the time. I'm not gonna use it as a distraction. Yeah, I want a smartwatch for my birthday, so I could. Yeah, I want a smartwatch for my birthday, and also for me to play games. I think I had a smartwatch like this, but I think I broke it. Well, yeah, I had way too many smartwatches as a kid. I don't know if my parents gonna buy me this because my family probably thinks I had way too many smartwatches. But I want a smartwatch, but my parents, I don't know if they're gonna get it for me because I had way too many smartwatches. I had way too many smartwatches. But some of them I broke. and some of them I lost. But hopefully I'm going to be able to get a smartwatch for my birthday. All right. All right. I gotta think about what else I want for my 13th birthday. Coming up in 1 month. I guess I'll want books and clothes. But let me look up a book for kids ages 13 and up. All right. All right, so these are some books that are for kids ages 13 and up. The Hunger Games, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Heartstopper, and the Inheritance Games. And it says, all right. WA Fantasy and Sci-Fi. I think it's Sci-Fi. The Hunger Games, Shadow and Bone, The Inheritance Games, Divergent, Serpent and Dove, Kingdom of the Wicked, Once Upon a Broken Heart, Powerless, Contemporary Romance and Realistic Fiction, Heartstopper, The Hate You Give, The Summer I Turned Pretty, They Both Die at the End, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, Mystery and Thriller, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Lockwood and CO, Five Nights at Freddy's, Adventure, Historical, and Nonfiction, Percy Jackson, and the Olympians, The Book Thief, Salt to the Sea, Unbroken Young Adult Adaptation, Born a Crime, adapted for young readers, graphic novels and humor, Amulet, Roller Girl, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. All right, let's go to AI mode. All right, here's some more books for kids that are ages 13 and up. Sunrise on the Reaping, contemporary dramas like I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, and gripping thrillers like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Best-selling and highly anticipated series. The Hunger Games series. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. the inheritance games, the Legendborn cycle, standalone, contemporary, and literary, or I think it's literally fiction. I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, The Poet X, The Hate You Give, 24 Seconds From Now, A Love Story. If he had been with me, fantasy, sci-fi, and adventure, Sky and the Deep, The Rhythmatist, a 2013 notable children's book by Brandon Sanderson, set in a world where magic involves bringing chalk dwellings to life. The Otherwhere Post, I'm the Swarm, Court of Fives, nonfiction and memoirs. These books often feel real-world perspectives on history and personal resilience. Death in the Jungle, Lovely One, adapted for young adults. White Lies, Coming Home, adapted for your young adults. No, I would not like thrillers, graphic. No, I don't know. Maybe, or maybe not. Yeah, I want some books, some good books for my birthday, and all right. Let me think. What else should I get? I guess. Let me think. Art stuff. Yeah, I guess I'll take these so I could write some of these markers. But I want dozens. I want the one that has the dozens. I want the one that has the most ones. Maybe those ones, but yeah, I want these paint markers. And I want the one that has the most. And I'm gonna probably hide them from little kids, probably, in my family. I don't know. Yeah, because some kids like art supplies. Um, Do I want any pets? I don't think so. Let me think. Do I want any pets? Let me search. Yeah, my mother probably wouldn't like it if I got a pet for my birthday. I might not get any pets because... Well, let me research some small pets, I guess. But one thing, it won't be any rodents, that's for sure. It probably won't be any hamsters, guinea pigs. Because hamsters and guinea pigs, those animals probably count as rodents. Yeah, hamsters still count as rodents. So I'm not gonna get a hamster because hamsters count as rodents. See, I told you that hamsters count as rodents. Yeah, I told you that hamsters count as rodents. For those who don't know that hamsters count as rodents. Guinea pigs might count as rodents too. I don't know. Small pets that don't count as rodents. Hedgehogs, no hedgehogs. No, not at all. I used to like hedgehogs, but I probably wouldn't have a hedgehog as a pet. I always talked about it, but it might not be such a good idea though. Maybe a domestic hedgehog, a one that counts as a pet, but probably not a hedgehog from outside. Maybe a domestic one. Should I get a rabbit? Oh my gosh, I think my mom might be, I think my mother might be scared of rabbits. So yeah, I might not get a rabbit because, yeah, my mother might say no to that because she might be scared of rabbits. Let me think. Should I have a ferret? I don't know. I did used to have a pet. I used to have pet turtles, but my mother wanted to give them away because I guess she felt like nobody wanted to take care of them, so she thought it would be a good idea to give them away. Yeah, I was not happy about that. So hopefully I get a new pet soon. Well, I think I'm mature enough because I just cleaned up my room earlier. Looks a little better than it was last time. Might do some more cleaning. Yeah, I think I'm mature enough for a pet. I wonder if I should, yeah, before I think about, I'm gonna have to ask my mother if it's okay if I get a pet for my birthday. Social needs. But there's only one rodent that is extinct, and if you want to know what I'm talking about, okay, I'll give you a hint. It starts with a, I'll give you a little hint. It starts with a B. It starts with a C, and it starts with a M. A B, a C, and an M. All right. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to think about it. Okay, I'll give you guys 5 minutes to think about it. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna try to look for a 5-minute timer. Alright, I'll give you guys 5 minutes to think about what I'm talking about. So, yeah, there's a rodent that is extinct. And it starts with a B, a C, and an M. I'll give you guys 5 minutes to think about it, to guess what I'm talking about. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to think about what I'm talking about. Again, it starts with a letter C. Yeah, it's a rodent that is extinct. It's a rodent that went extinct. It starts with a letter B, it starts with a letter C, and it starts with a letter M. And it went extinct in like 2009 or something. All right, guys, you guys got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. Actually, no. Uh-oh. Actually, it's time for me to eat dinner. So I'll just tell you. So, yeah, it's time for me to eat dinner. So I guess I'll just tell you guys. All right, so if you guys want to know what I'm talking about, it's a rodent that went extinct. And drum roll, please. It was a Bramblecae mellimus that I was talking about, and it went extinct in about 2009 or something. Oh, 2019. Alright, guys, I'm gonna end the blog here. I guess I'll make a list of things I want for my birthday, and I'll make a post about it on my YouTube channel. Alright, guys, I'm gonna end the blog there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, goodbye.